Whoop whoop, that is the Maliss hype train out here from the effect of yesterday's good card. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button, leaving a comment down below when you be walking away with the booster pack, and we should be up on the end of your pickup window out here to get things that you need from Supreme Darkness out here from Kongs and Gamer's Choice. Now keep in mind, discount code MCO40 will save you on the remainder of Lotus floating around out here. We'll be switching off here relatively shortly as we head on in to actual release day here. But discount code MCO40 save you on your purchase over here. Same thing over here with Kongs. Discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase over here on anything that you might actually need out of this set. So lots of options available right now, which is good. Alrighty, so Maliss cards. I've not really expected too much of swings on the Maliss stuff. The new cards were extremely broken, by the way. There's an internal debate on if the spell card's worth playing, though, which is an interesting talk about. But in terms of, you know, your high rarity stuff, still floating about 251 right now on the White Rabbit, which, I mean, okay. Field spell, nice mod play for 162. But you float about 192 on these. Heart Scripter, down about 104. How the mighty have fallen. The big one's always been the Dormouse out here, and how this thing has been floating around the 101 mark. Okay. I see nothing too crazy on that. $85 on the White Rabbit CR. The Chessie Cat, floating about 61. Okay. Field spells about 54. Still doing our thing. All right, if you're a fan of the deck, you understand what's been going on with this. $8 on the MTP. Yeah, that's disgusting, I guess. How the mighty have fallen in terms of value, I guess. Don't really like that, but your white binder, 42. And then, of course, the MTP, the good quarter century, 45. Gotta love one-ofs out here. Your red ransom, 36 on up to 40. White Rabbit, actually $36 and still kind of holding. Not all that surprised to see that, I guess. But in terms of Maliss in general, your field spell's also $28. This has actually kind of gone down, actually. So what you're actually seeing here is more of a population on these, which I actually like that. That's a good thing. And then $22 on those. And then, of course, a look, $8 CRs. So your thing with your Maliss stuff, nothing's really changed all that much. You did get some cool new things to add into the deck, which is good. No, it didn't really shift things around all that much. Now, I do want to talk about Supreme Darkness here for a second, and the Mitsurugi stuff, because I was asked this question fairly recently. You know, Robbie, you know, these Mitsurugi rituals, these are selling at what, like $38 a piece on TCG Player? Now, obviously, you know, the Mitsurugi core over on Kongs and Gamer's Choice, if they restock, it's going to be much easier to get those. But this is a lot of Mitsurugi stuff rotating here. People are spending $120 on a playset of ritual spells out here, which is not worth it, man, whatsoever. I think that we will have this core pressure down a little bit. I don't foresee this sitting at, you know, the price point it is. Obviously, pre-sale price has told us that, you know, Mitsurugi core was what, like $70, $80, which was what, $10 per ultra, which is actually good. But you're telling me out here to get a full Mitsurugi core on here, it's so much more disgusting than that. So I would not be going with that. I'm also looking at the rest of this. I mean, A-Battle Q's $290. I mean, it's the waifu that said that will probably stick around. Meow's is $240. That's a lot. The Paladin, $150. That's not going to hold. Iset, $194 for this. That's interesting. Your Primite Dragon, $189 now. And, of course, Dead End Prison coming in at $109. A lot of people are kind of freaking out about this. You know, we had the initial buyout with this, which was a little bit rough. You got to remember, from pre-sale prices, a lot of people were genuinely shocked to see the movements with that. Neos Lord, what, 115? How do you have a damaged one, by the way? It's interesting. Amino Murakumo no Mitsurugi. This thing is 125. Like, that's crazy. Poseidra coming in at 84. Saint Asamina coming in at 84 as well. Like, Okay, I mean, I guess. Test Bear 55, your Doom Dragon at 59, Clockwork Knight 50, Crystal Clearwing over, surprisingly $59. Meows, $64. Your boxes, like I said the other day, still kind of floating around where they are. Abalq also 54. So this is something else I should probably touch on here. Where do I see Abalq going from this point on? Keep in mind that it is a one-of if you are choosing to play it. It is an extremely good one-of. I think that it will probably, it's not going to settle at no $10. I think there's been a giant misconception with people right now going, oh yeah, guys, why are you spending? It is a one-of. But when you make a one-of that is as good as this, you are going to see some swings in your value tree. So kind of keep that in mind, all right, in terms of that. But this by far and the Abalq have been the two craziest things to actually kind of focus in on. Like, we just started testing the Mitsurugi stuff. I mean, it's good. And, you know, if you want like full tutorials and stuff, you know, go look at Triff's video. He's done a fantastic in-depth job with it. You know, even the ritual out here is like $17. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Some Dominus. So if you've been paying attention out here to the world of Dominus, you do know that we are getting a new Dominus in the upcoming set. Kind of completes the trifecta of these. But in terms of value, I mean, Dominus Impulse feels like it's been falling down in value. Which, I mean, nice. Rather have my other graph here. Hey, you're up to like 220, 230 actually. That's, I mean, you just had some sales in the last couple of days. Yeah, they're going. I mean, I guess, makes sense. Purges, 120s, which is interesting. Looks like pulses themselves are floating about, well, actually, you have the one Japanese one here and you're up to 57. Wow, these are up to 58. Wow, those are going. But the card, the problem with this one is it's not as good in today's meta. It's not as favorable as what you want to be working with some of the other Dominus cards. So I guess that's a thing to discuss out here. And then Purge actually has continued on its massive rise. Like, this is actually kind of crazy to see. Yeah, Purge is on up to $30-$40 now. Typhoons. This is an interesting pickup now. So you've got Monster Leagues, you got Ultras now, you know, GX Midterm Paradox. But your OG Super Rare here, the nice one from, what is this, OTS Tournament Pack 1. These are basically $2 to $3 at this point, and they're starting to kind of move on up the ladder. You've had a couple people out here experimenting around with this. We're just kind of at the point now that, you know, being able to blow this from the hand and devastate a back row seems pretty good. Maximus. If you've not been paying attention to this thing, this has been a ride. There are 31 listings of OG Maximus on the market right now, which is kind of crazy. 29 on up to $30. But, you know, on the flip side of that, you can come down here and get an Ultra Maximus at like what, $5-6 mark. So what in the world does this mean? Means that there is a lot of people right now. Maximus has been seeing a lot of play right now, man. The fact that this thing just is super generic to set up, you can use it at the end of your little combo line, which is good. And then, of course, you know, you get the ability to shave off some resources. Absolutely what you want. Now, obviously, keep in mind, the card that's been going with this has been Nadir Servant. Nadir Servant has been on the rise for a little while. We've been checking in on this last couple of days because, you know, when you see 9 listings of a card, you know, you're kind of in that really weird emergency zone that you've got to pay attention to. You got to know what's going on in terms of your shifts in the market and why these movements are happening. And once again, you know, Maximus and Nadir Servant both going hand in hand out here for the value that they get you. Yeah, well, welcome to the meta, everybody. That's a lot of sales data, by the way. And, of course, for those of you that haven't been paying too much attention, you guys remember during the ban list when this card hit like $4.50? Yeah, evidently Pydras have been recovering, actually. We are hitting back up to the $8 mark, and we are not stopping yet. And I think a lot of people are going to be kind of surprised by this. So that's today's market, everybody. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.